Gary, the director of production for the game Summoner's War. Gary, how's Comic-Con treating you?
Actually, pretty good. This is my first time coming to New York. I mean, San Diego was bomb, and here was, wow, it's just crazy. I love it.
Now, I've heard a lot about your game. You guys have actually been around for about 5 years now, and it's only growing. You got a great crowd here. Can you tell people a little bit about the game?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a little bit of a role-playing game, a little bit of Final Fantasy and Pokemon kind of merged together, and also we have about 1,000 monsters to collect. And also, yeah, I mean, we now have like a strong community of people. We're actually going into a little bit of esports as well. So we just finished up our America's Cup, Europe Cup, Asia Cup. Now the World Finals in Paris is going to happen actually this month.
That's pretty incredible. And you mentioned esports, and I feel like now with a lot of games, before they were created, and a lot of them just happen to become part of esports. And nowadays you see a lot of game developers creating games for the purpose of esports. So when you guys were creating this game, did you have it in the back of your mind like, hey, maybe this is something people could be competitive in?
You know, actually, we just thought this would be a little bit more of a casual kind of game set. And honestly, the community grew itself at this point. And this is like the amazing part where these people just gathered together and they're like having a little bit of a friendly competition with each other. Slowly, they started comparing their monsters and everything else. It's like, hey, you have a better monster than me. You know what? I'm going to try to get him. And then it just becomes competition. It's like, oh, you're better than me? You know what? It's kind of like a social gaming in some manner.
So I'm always curious, too, with these types of games, like, what made you choose the platforms here and to make it kind of like a mobile game and everything else? Because you think about like the consoles. I mean, that's an attractive model. Primarily PC, that's an attractive model. And at times it can be a hit or miss on mobile. Obviously, it's worked out for you guys and everything. But what went into kind of the decision making to say, okay, this is going to be the best platform or platform?
Actually, for Com2Us, when it first began, it was just started as a mobile gaming company. And so far, we did not really think about console, and we just stayed true to mobile altogether. And so Summer's War, of course, as a platform, we did first start off as, iTunes and also Google Play. But then out of nowhere, it's like, okay, let's try the Amazon App Store as well. So that's how much we expanded so far. So far, nothing about consoles and gaming, sadly.
What's the biggest misconception about your job?
With the director of production, per se, it's kind of a little bit confusing, I guess. Some people would consider, like, what do you exactly do? What is production? So they would be like, okay, does he do live operations? Does he do development? Most of the time, yeah, we do development in some manner. Live operations to make sure the server doesn't shut down and everything else. And recently for our occupation, we've been doing a lot for influencer relations, content creation to help and guide other people to play Summer's War. And influencers, like content creators, we would like to enforce and empower them to actually create more content and also become prominent people in the community.
What's a pro tip for somebody that hasn't played the game before?
You know what? Take it at your own pace and also play with friends all the time. This is a social game in many ways. It's to a point when you play with your friends and then you meet other people with the same passion, you get that goosebump type of feeling that it's like, I feel like I belong into this family. That's what Summer's War is all about.
Now we got a couple months left in the year. What have you guys got going on?
I can't really say much except for the World Finals that's going to happen in Paris. So that's going to be on October 25th. And we'll see who's going to take the crown champion. And this is going to be our third esports tournament for the year. So it's pretty exciting.
Fantastic. And before we let you go, where can fans find you in the game online?
If you guys want to, we do have a Com2Us USA Twitch channel, so it's Com2Us USA. We stream Summer's War every Friday and also Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And also we also cater to the Portuguese, Brazilian community on Wednesdays, 4 to 5. We have soccer spirits, we have a lot.